Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Be Honest podcast. Today I have Hailey and Kiki with me. They are an adorable queer couple and they share their life with us on social media. People love y'all and y'all's content. And so I'm so excited to hear about y'all's journey and y'all's relationship. So let's just jump in. So everyone welcome Hailey and Kiki. Hello. Hailey, you just graduated, right?
I just finished classes. I have my official graduation at the end of the week. So yes.
Oh, are you like nervous, excited? Like how are you feeling? Are you like, fuck yes, college is done?
Pretty much on the page of being done, I am so happy. On the page of figuring out full-time career, taking those next steps, not as fun, but
Yep.
yeah, I'm ready to start the new chapter.
Yeah, it's exciting after you graduate, but it's also terrifying. That was my next question is, are you planning on using your degree? First of all, what did you graduate with?
I graduated from BU, Boston University, with a Bachelor of Science in Media Science, which I like to tell people it's like the science of social media, the science of communication sort of thing. So it's very relevant to what we're doing on social media.
Yeah.
With my degree, through the 4 years of college, I've been able to make a good amount of money through TikTok, and that's been a good part-time job.
Mhm.
Going into my career, I feel like I might want something a bit more stable, but we're still going to be doing social media.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of seeing where things go.
That's so exciting. It's so cool that you're in college, but you're also making money. And when I say you, I mean also both of y'all. Obviously it's a couples thing, but you're in college and you're making money off of social media. Like that's so exciting. And your degree does correlate kind of with the route y'all are going with social media. So I feel like the sky's the limit. Like that's exciting.
Yeah.
I was about to say if your degree was like elementary education or something, for example, like mine, it's so specific. You have to specifically find a job in education, but yours is so broad. So
mine's film.
Yeah.
see, y'all are artsy. I feel like it still correlates. I feel like it's still good,
Yeah, I agree. It definitely helps. So
yeah,
we'll see what goes on.
That's fun. Kiki, have you graduated yet?
No, I'm now a senior. I have one more year at Emerson College. It's school.
Yeah. I get it.
Nothing great, nothing awful. I don't know. But I don't want to graduate either. I don't want to get a job.
Oh my God. The workforce, it's terrifying. And you hear, and this is also why I'm saying this, because I'm a teacher, but I just actually quit because I'm like, I can't do this anymore. And finding a job is scary. I see TikToks, I see videos. Do y'all see those videos of people being like, I have a doctorate degree and I've graduated. I've applied to all of these jobs where I'm overqualified and I either get no call back or I go through an interview and they're like, no, sorry, we chose someone else. Have y'all seen those?
Yes. And I've also seen people being like, I have a degree in biology. I'm a barista now. So no, I have definitely sent out my fair share of job applications.
Yeah.
People don't respond back. I have a pretty good portfolio of work with the social media stuff, and it's okay, we'll see what happens. But the job market's not really good. So
can you do social media management? Is that maybe a route you want to go down, or what are you applying to? If that's not too much information, you don't have to tell specifically the job.
No, I've definitely looked at social media management. That's something you can typically get right after your degree, and I have pretty good qualifications with the content I've made through our social media and other collabs we've done. Mm-hmm. A lot of them are just internships, so they don't pay you a lot of money, and I've gotten used to a certain level of payment being an influencer, and they do not do that when they hire their in-house marketing person. So yeah, I can go down that route, but it's also getting really underpaid in that way when you could be making more money as an influencer. And I don't know. Yeah, I'm definitely going down the social media management route, but I don't know. I feel like ideally I would like to be the person in charge of like the strategy rather than just the person making the videos.
Totally.
And, yeah.
No, and I commend you for still trying to find like a job outside of influencing because, you know, being an influencer, like money comes and goes, you know what I mean? So it can be kind of scary and like you don't know like how much you're gonna get paid like monthly. But I feel like, girl, you could totally do it as an influencer. Like you could do it, brand deals, like you could do it. I have faith in you.
Thank you so much. We're keeping the faith. Yeah, we're trying to put off like the corporate world as long as possible, but you know what? We'll do what we can do. We'll keep making our videos for fun, and like people say money comes when you're like doing the thing that you love, and I hope that that's true.
Yeah, it'll come. It'll come. And Kiki, what are you wanting to do with film whenever you graduate? You're like, bitch, why did you ask me that? I don't even know.
I went to film school loving film, and I'm leaving it not wanting to go into it.
Well, you
and that happens.
Like I went for one thing. Pretty much all film schools taught me is that I don't want to do film, which is great. Super fun.
I mean, you had to figure it out somehow.
Yeah, it worked in that way. I don't know what I'm gonna do after.
You're getting connections. That's a part of film school.
Yeah, I can go into film. I don't know. I want to go live on a farm.
I get you.
On a horse.
Yeah.
And I just want to be with my horse.
And be secluded from like everything.
I want to go to farmers markets all day.
Hey, I respect it. I respect that.
That's genuinely my only desire.
She's like, I don't have any plans just to live on a farm and go to farmers markets every single day. No, what'd you say?
And have ducks. I want ducks.
Oh my God, just have like a bunch of little animals.
Like she wants a petting zoo. She doesn't want like a full farm. You don't want to harvest the stuff. You want to pet the animals.
We'll see.
I think that's everyone's dream. And if it's not, I'm like, who are you?
Yeah, I remember Jeffree Star moved to Switzerland after he got canceled to go be like a lamb farmer.
Is it Switzerland? I thought it was Montana.
I have no idea.
She's like, he moved to Switzerland.
I thought I just know he like left social media because he was canceled and moved and became like a sheep farmer.
So I saw that. It looks.
I want that. I don't want to be canceled. I want the sheep.
I don't want to be canceled. I just want to be rich and live in Switzerland.
Yeah. Yes.
No, I think it's Montana, but Montana and Switzerland, you know.
We could go to Montana.
Yeah. No, but I know. I saw that. He's like living the life and like I think he's been canceled, so like but his life does look cool. But it's funny because, you know, college, it's so true. I have so many friends that have been to college and they finished and they have like a really good degree and they realized I don't want to be a nurse or I don't want to be in marketing or I don't want to do this and that. Like for example, me, I went to school for education. And I was a teacher for like 4 years. And then now I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore. You know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, I spent so much money on education in college. And like, I am thankful for the experience I had with education, but I don't want to do it. And so, Kiki, you're good, girl. It's fine. You went to college. You figured out you don't want to do film. Who cares? It's like what Hailey said. You're making connections and maybe you will get into something with film and then you'll love it, you know?
Yeah, maybe it'll be like a TikTok thing.
Or maybe it'll be a film about horses and sheep.
Oh my goodness, yes. You can make a documentary of our farm. Yeah.
Hey, I would love that. I would be the first person to watch it.
Thank you. One viewer.
Yeah. Okay, enough about Jeffree Star's sheeps, horses, all that stuff. I love it, but let's move on. Okay, so social media. Obviously, you guys are on social media and people are loving y'all. So what inspired you guys to start sharing y'all's relationship on social media?
I think I was the one who like took the initiative at first because prior to our account starting in 2020, in like the summer of 2019, up until we met, I was making my own little TikTok videos on my personal account. It wasn't anything big. I got like 8,000 followers from that, but I loved making the videos. And once we started dating, I started posting a whole bunch of couples content.
Technically, she vlogged our first date.
I did vlog our first
and
date.
posted it immediately.
Yeah,
Wait, you have to
great.
tell me about this. Kiki, were you like weirded out?
No, because no, I don't know why, but no, I was down. I was ready.
Like, I didn't start recording.
She asked, but
it was something like, let's take little cute clips, because our first date was a sunset picnic. And I was like, this is adorable. I want to take so many videos of this.
Actually, I saw her vlogs when we were like just talking for like the week before we met. And I made a vlog.
Yeah,
because I was like, this girl I like is making vlogs, so I'm gonna make a vlog. And I just went to the pet store and I made a vlog of that. And then I painted her a picnic basket and I made a video of it. So I was making videos just for no reason. So I was ready.
Yeah.
I was ready.
So I recorded our first date. I made like a little video. I was like, oh my God, I'm going on a date with a pretty girl. And I posted that after our first date, which is crazy. Really happy it worked out. But we kept dating and I kept posting so many videos to my personal account. And I was like, even though I only have 8,000 followers, like maybe they're annoyed with it just being couples content now. Maybe I'll make a separate account for it to be a scrapbook of all the stuff we do together, and it can just be for us. So I sent her the account Hailey and Kiki, and I was like, let's just post videos on here. And you were down. You didn't question anything.
Yeah, I wanted to recreate the eyeliner photo.
It's this famous photo of like these two girls. One is like doing the other's makeup like in her lap, and it was like just a photo that so many people were like, I want this, me and who sort of thing.
And people recreated it.
Wait, is it the videos, and sorry, correct me if I'm wrong, is it the videos where like someone's doing their makeup and like the person's in the background and they like kind of like look at the person doing their makeup, and then the person doing the makeup does the makeup on them?
That's a newer trend.
Okay. So you guys recreated it and that's what made you guys like start getting followers?
No, we created it awfully.
No, the lighting was bad. It was like low quality. It wasn't really good. But we posted it to the account to be like, okay, like, I don't know, this is a cute couples thing we could post. And we just kept posting videos on there, and very quickly, I would say.
I don't remember how soon, but was it the October video or the ice cream video?
The October.
I made an edit of like we fell in love in October, but like actually, because we did. And that one went like, that was our first viral. It was like 20,000 views. And that's what like really pumped us up. And then we started posting more just because that was fun.
Yeah. People be like, this is cute. This is like, it was just fun to share like the community sort of thing.
I was obsessed with the fact that we fell in love in October because of the Girl in Red song. And like everyone wants that. And I was like, we actually did though. And I made sure everyone knew. And this was before CapCut. So like edits like that weren't
it was
common.
Much harder.
It was just like a bunch of photos really quick. And so people were more impressed by that. And I can also send that, but I had fun with that. And then I liked that people liked it, so I made more. And those were really popular on our account for a while.
Like the date idea sort of videos?
Yes, and also like I ended up making a driver's license edit, like
edits,
these like just these compilations of clips and photos to popular songs. And that first started our account.
That's so no, it's cute. I love that. I remember seeing a video of you guys. Hailey, I think it was you. You were like, the best part about having a girlfriend, or it was something about the onion. What is it called? From
Blooming Onion.
The Blooming Onion video?
Yes.
Okay, that is like a new era of our content that has been doing weirdly well. Just like me being like, this is part of having a girlfriend and speaking to the camera. We've been on TikTok for pretty much 4.5 years. And for the first half of it, we got popular from doing like aesthetic, the cottagecore, nature, photos and videos, like not speaking much. And then recently me speaking to the camera and like sharing like real stuff about our relationship has been doing really well. And it's just really interesting to see like this new era of TikTok content that
I think people love it because number one, Hailey, you're like freaking hilarious on your videos. Like it's just the way that you speak is just hilarious. And I think also people love the fact that like you're in a relationship where when you want something, your partner is going to give it to you. Like it's like a sweet thing where people are like, "Oh," you know what I mean? And then y'all are a cute relationship, y'all are cute partners. So then it's like, I think it's just like a combination of it all. You know what I mean? But yeah.
A lot of the audience on those videos will be like straight women who have boyfriends and they're like, wish my boyfriend was like this. And it's like the simplest thing. Like she got me a bloomin' onion because I wanted a bloomin' onion. And they're like, my boyfriend would never. And it's just, why would your boyfriend never?
Girl, dump him. If he will not give you a blooming onion, then dump him.
Not worth it.
No, it's just a lot of people are enamored by the idea of like a lesbian relationship being like two girls who like each other. And like, I don't know, it's as simple as that.
I 100%. I get that. Yeah, it's funny because what you just said is so true. I feel like, and maybe this is just, I don't know. I feel like there's like this stigma, it's a good stigma, around the lesbian community where it's always like when two girls are dating, they're always gonna spoil each other. Like they will always spoil each other with whatever they want. And I feel like it is the straight women that are like, damn, like I don't ever get treated this way with my husband, and so or my boyfriend or whatever. So I don't know. It's just a weird thing.
I think that TikTok completely contributed to that stigma, including us, because that was like a trend of videos that would just do well.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, your boyfriend just showing what I do for her, and then all the comments about the boyfriend, or someone thinking I'm a guy because like I purposely use a photo where like my face is covered, like with a mask, and then they'll be like, should have known this wasn't a guy.
Yeah.
It's like, what does that mean?
Those did well, so we kept posting them, and that definitely made people think that like
lesbian couples have a different standard of treating each other. In a lot of the cases that is true, just because women treat each other differently. But yeah, it is a very like blanket thing that people assume that a lesbian relationship will be better.
It's very social media coded.
Yeah.
No, totally. And I feel like the connection between two women are just, and this is probably just my gay brain, but two women dating, it's just so much deeper, and there's so much more like, I don't know what the other word is, like deepness and like just feelings than
a different level of connection.
God, yes. Yes. But again, that might just be my gay brain, because I'm sure there's hetero couples out there that have a beautiful, amazing connection. But to me, I'm thinking like two girls. What'd you say?
They say that they do. They say that this is their best friend, but I don't believe them.
No, like a girl knows what a girl wants, sort of thing.
Chapel Rowan.
Yeah, what did she say?
Only a woman can treat a woman right.
Yeah, period.
Shout out Chapel. Okay, what'd you say?
She always gets told she looks like Chapel Rowan.
Oh my god, I don't get it. Every single comment section, I get it at least 10 times a day. Let
me see a photo. I mean, I know who Chapel Rowan looks like, obviously, but I want to look.
It's just because I have red hair and a round face, and I guess blue eyes.
You're very pale.
I mean,
like if you're looking for a girl with pale skin and red hair, like I guess if you've briefly seen a photo of Chapel Rowan, I would understand. It's like if you drew her from memory.
The top comment is always, okay, Chapel Rowan.
Thank you, Chapel Rowan.
You're like, period, thanks. Yeah. You're like, there's worse things that you can call me, so that's funny. Okay, so what kind of content, and I know you guys kind of already said like this is the content we like creating because it does the best, but like what is the kind of content that you guys enjoy creating and sharing the most? Like, even if like it didn't get a lot of views, like what do you guys like to post the most?
Vlogs. We are so into documentation that we will film vlogs until we die. Like, no one has to watch them. I don't care, but I need to be able to look back at them. I need to remember exactly what I did October 21st, 2024. Like, and I have my scrapbook too, where I put everything in just so I can flip back to the date, and we take photos just so we can remember it. We're so into that.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but we are. And I will do
Cute.
that forever.
Yeah.
I like that. That's so cute. No, literally, that's how I was whenever I started my podcast. I was like, I don't care if no one listens to it. I just want to be able to talk because I like to talk, and I can look back and be like, what was I complaining about, or who was I talking to, or you know what I mean? Like, I think it's I understand.
And it makes the views matter more, because like I'll post a vlog and it'll get like, there's a difference between 1,000 views and 20 views, but I'm like, oh my god, 20 people watched this.
Like,
20 people sat through this whole video. Versus I don't feel like that when we're posting content just to like
a funny video or whatever. Yeah,
the vlogs are like y'all's baby. Like, that's what you guys like. Yeah, no, I get that. How would you say social media has impacted y'all's relationship? Both I can never say this word. Positively? Yeah, girl. Like, what is going on? I always want to say positively. That's how I want to say it. And negatively. So take the floor with me and my I can't speak.
You go.
Okay. Positively, I think it does. It very much encourages us to do stuff in the way that we are very lazy people naturally. Like, we love to be at home, we love to watch a TV show, but it does remind us to go on dates and do fun things that we can take photos of, like, because we like taking photos and like recording videos. It's not for the content, but it is something that we're like, oh, we can get a cute video in the flower field.
It's like a weird thing where you think the videos would like control it, but
no, it's not that sort of pressure. It's just like we should be living life more. Romanticizing your life. Yeah. Like, people are very into vlogging their days because of that.
Totally.
Taking cute photos is always fun. Like, I love to look back at photos we've taken and it's been a while, and then I'll be like, okay, we need to go to a park.
Yeah. And then we get the photos and we're like, oh my goodness, we're at a park.
We're so cute.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, we actually are just like so adorable.
Yeah.
No, I get that. Whenever I was in college, was it college? I don't remember. I feel like college was so long ago. It was a little bit ago. I was like single, and I was very just a little homebody. I didn't want to go and do anything. I kind of had social anxiety. It was like this weird thing. Well, I'm not saying social anxiety is weird. In my brain, I was like, why do I have social anxiety? Like, it was like this mental thing. And so I started to like watch YouTube. I was watching people do vlogs, and like they post like a day in my life. And I was like, you know what? If I vlog what I do throughout the day and I look back on it and I'm like just chilling at home, like those vlogs are amazing, but I want to go and vlog and do something, like do something fun. And so it made me get out of the house. And I feel like it really does like help, honestly.
People talk about how when they don't feel like doing something, they'll vlog it just to want to do it, like cleaning. It works. It works because it's satisfying to get that end result in a video.
Yeah, and those cleaning videos, they do well. I'm like always watching them, like even if it's like a 20-minute video, I'm just like, I'm like engaged. Or like the restocks, like restock my
No, she will have to watch a cleaning video to motivate her to just like clean the apartment. She'll be like, okay, searching up a cleaning video.
I respect it. There's times
I pretend I'm making one, but I never actually do because they're really hard to make.
Oh, the editing.
Yeah.
They do crazy work, those mothers
with their
with their fake restocks. Yeah. And I thought I would be really into restocks when I moved into our apartment. No.
Yeah, it's like, what is it? Satisfying to watch, but I also am like, damn, they have to edit. There's so many cuts. Like, and if you didn't cut it, if you didn't edit it, it wouldn't be as intriguing. So like, you have to put so much work into those vlogs.
I didn't realize how much work it was until I tried to make one. Really. I respect them.
I respect it. I respect the hustle 100%. No, I do the same thing. If I am not motivated, I will put on a cleaning video. Like some influencer being like, spring cleaning, let's deep clean together. And I'm like, okay. And I like turn it on and I'm like deep cleaning with them. It sounds silly, but like it can really get you out of ruts sometimes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How would you say you guys deal with like rude comments or things like that?
Honestly, we haven't received hate in like a legitimate form. It has only been homophobes. Like obviously there are the people who are like, turn to God, this isn't natural, gross, but that has never affected me. I've never cared about that.
Neither of us have that like religious guilt, so
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, it's like this has never been something I'm insecure about.
Whenever someone comments that, people always respond to their comments
yes.
and attack them for us.
We have nice followers who will defend us in that way. But hate and toward like anything else, I feel like people often get hate on like physical appearances as well. And
We
I don't
don't.
know, we haven't. We have nice people, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I always thought we would, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially because we've changed so much throughout the years. Like we used to be tiny little 17-year-olds.
Yeah.
Now we're like woman.
Yeah.
We're woman.
More woman.
But no, people just don't really care.
Yeah. So
She gets no, that's not hate. That's compliments.
I get compliments. That's accepted.
You get compliments on what?
People just love her eyes and her hair. But that's
yeah,
not
your eyes, it looks like you have contacts in.
yeah, it's crazy.
You're like, thank you.
That's not hate.
Yeah, so I think homophobes are the only thing. And I don't know, do you get bothered by the homophobes? Okay.
They kind of make me like okay,
I think,
comment on my video, make it do better.
I think living as a lesbian, like you get a shell to that sort of thing. Like if it was in person, obviously that would be much more jarring to receive that type of homophobia.
Oh, yeah.
We also live in Boston and Maine though, so we don't we don't deal with that much in our daily life either.
Yeah.
We're kind of sheltered from that. We're lucky in that way.
Yeah.
But it's not like we hold hands outside either, so
yeah,
give
we
and
are
take.
naturally not trying to attract the homophobes, I guess. And we do have the benefit of just being two
girls,
two relatively we're not overly masculine.
Yeah. Y'all are more like straight passing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever that means, but yeah. Yeah. Wait, so y'all are in Boston?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So that's a pretty accepting area, right?
It's really accepting. They're really into the whole making Boston safe with the current legislation.
Oh yeah,
love that.
Yeah, it's a sanctuary city.
Okay, I read something about that, but I was like, was it Boston? And I didn't want to say it and then totally be wrong. But okay, yeah, I saw that. I saw that there's a couple of cities that are doing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know the other ones off the top of my head.
Worcester, Mass, which is an hour to the west. Yeah, an hour to the west. Worcester, the trans capital of the US or something like that, where it's everyone's welcome. That's crazy. Number one, because Worcester's weird. I would never expect that. Worcester, who's in Worcester?
Yeah, it's just random. What?
Yeah, it's random. But why not Boston? But anyway, that's cool. We're close there, and that's fun.
Massachusetts is a good state to be in.
Yeah,
that's so cool. I was born in Connecticut, random as hell. And I was only there for 6 months, so obviously I don't remember anything because I was only 6 months old. But my mom said that the area, because y'all are I'm gonna sound so stupid. Boston's up there in that area, right?
New England,
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, my mom's you need to go, just check out the area. It's just beautiful, Boston. She said Boston's beautiful. My sister was born, actually, I don't know where my sister was born. But anyways, my mom said that we need to all take a trip up there. And I was like, yeah, I hear it's beautiful. I've had some people on my podcast, they're from Boston and just areas around, and they say it's beautiful. So I'm like,
yeah,
it's really nice. It's very liberal over here.
And the East Coast is just very beautiful, nice. It's the only thing about Boston is driving. is hard and like everyone's smushed together, but like if you're used to city life, then
Yeah. Yeah, I've been to New York a couple times, and it's when you say smushed, like that's literally what I think of, and not being able to get around. Like if you want to go a couple blocks, you might as well just walk because like
everyone
it's gonna
wants
be insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what kind of impact do you guys hope to have on y'all's audience through y'all's social media presence?
I think I would be interested to see what you say as well, but I think I've always said our audience has always tended to be like teenager age. I think at one point it was, I don't know what the average age is. I'd like to think it's like between 14 and 16-year-olds who mainly watch our content.
14 and 18.
Really?
Yeah, it's not many adults our same age. Like there are some people who like comment who are in college as well, but it is a lot of younger people. At least the last time I checked. But because of that, I very much wanted us to be an example of, what are you looking at?
I was gonna look at our analytics.
She's like, I need to figure this out now.
I don't remember how to find it.
Okay. I've always said I want to be a good real life example of what like a normal lesbian couple just living their life growing up together looks like. I want it to be just a healthy example and a comforting example. Like a lot of people say they love watching us because we're so comforting. And I think when I was between that age, like 14, fresh gay, I don't know, having something that could be like, oh, I'm going to live my life as a gay person. I'm going to live in an apartment with my girlfriend. This is just like a normal life I can achieve. That would have been really nice to see. So when
you want to be someone's gay representation.
Yes, definitely.
Amazing.
And what do you think?
When we started, it was because we were at the beginning, it was kind of the opposite where we wanted to be romanticized.
Like we
Because
romanticized ourselves.
But that's what all of our followers wanted, is to project like their dreams and fantasies. So we were like fake, kind of. Not fake, but
it was pretty images.
We were playing into what they wanted, and then we've kind of shifted into being really real. And I just like the idea of being like a comfort person.
Yeah.
Someone to look at. I love it when there's like kids who don't have that. Yeah.
So many people have messaged us and they're like 13, 14, or they're grown up and they're like, I started watching you 4 years ago and you helped give me like the courage to come out. And we've received a lot of those like long paragraph messages. And that is like obviously the most measurable impact of our content. And it's really nice to see. And so many people also have messaged being like, my girlfriend and I both watched your content and we bonded over that and now we're dating. And that's crazy.
On the opposite side, we get, my girlfriend and I watched your content, so now I can't watch it because we broke up.
Yeah, we've gotten a few of those.
They're like, whenever I see your faces, it makes me think of my ex. You're like, sorry.
Weird amount of couples watch our videos together. And personally, I've never sat down to watch a video with Hailey. Like a YouTube video.
Yeah.
So I don't get that, but
that's awesome.
Fun.
Yeah, everyone has their own little thing, you know?
Yeah.
That's funny. No, I love that. I feel like that would make me feel so good. I've had people write in to me as well, and they're like, you had so and so on and you talked about this, and I was also having this problem, and so it has helped me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, like, it just makes me so happy. Like, I don't know. I'm like, I'm doing something here. Like, I'm not just yapping. Like, people are listening and I'm helping people. Like, I love it. So I get it. I get it. What would you say y'all's future plans are with social media? I know earlier you were like, girl, I don't know what I'm doing like tomorrow, but what are y'all hoping to happen?
Like, in the dream world, we could just keep doing this and not have to do anything else. Yeah. But who knows? Yeah. Putting too much pressure on it makes it not fun anymore.
Yeah.
Very
we don't
true.
Want to business partners. Like, there is an aspect, this is our relationship, so we're just gonna do what makes us happy with it. We don't want to force ourselves to be like a content creating machine. But being like we've been trying to transfer a lot of our main content onto YouTube in terms of like prioritizing filming YouTube videos, because that's something we are more relaxed with. It's slower paced. Like TikTok, you have to hop on a trend as soon as it's trending or your video won't do well. Or you have to talk about something that's relevant or no one's going to watch it. And that can be fine and fun when you're on top of things, but when you're just living your life, it's much easier to just document what we're doing on YouTube.
Yeah.
And that's been fun to focus on.
Yeah, no, honestly, I get that. I've never thought of it like that. Like, of course, people, they can post like videos and it'll blow up no matter what. But like, yeah, if you're wanting to grow, if you're wanting to focus on this as like a business perspective, you do have to be on it. And like what Kiki said, that puts so much pressure, and it's just like, it takes the fun out of it. It's like, we just want to post and be authentic and just have fun, rather than having to be like, oh, this trend is happening, we got to do this right now. And then it kind of makes the relationship like there's a lot of pressure, you know?
Yeah. I've seen this is another topic, but we've had so many mutuals on TikTok, so many mutual couples over the years. We have to go down our following list like every few months because they break up left and right. Oh, so many. Like literally almost all of our mutuals from the beginning of TikTok are no longer couples.
I can only think of like 3.
Yeah. But a lot of them have posted videos being like, making the content put a lot of stress on us, like we put too much of ourselves online. And honestly, like we could tell when they were posting. Like they would talk so in depth about every issue they're having, or they would like force the other one to make all these videos. And yeah, when you have that sort of pressure and unnecessary stress on your relationship, that's not going to go over well.
Also, just like, you really don't need to be making social media videos if your partner's cheating on you. Like, that happens a lot where they're like, I kept making videos, but they were cheating on me. Like, don't do that.
Like, maybe you should have stopped right there.
Like, that happens a lot.
Yeah. It's because they think of it as a business perspective. They, you know, and they're like, we got to make this money. We gotta just keep going, or you know what I mean? Yeah. No, I get that. I actually had some people on, and they were saying the exact same thing. Like, they said it on my podcast, so I'm not like airing out their business. But they said, like, you know, I am with this partner, and in the beginning, people loved us. And so it was like, we need to do this, this, and this. Oh, this couple started this trend and it's doing super well. We need to hop on it. Like, you know, that kind of stuff. And they said that the relationship that they're still in, luckily they're still together, it was like crumbling because the other partner was like, girl, like, you are like stressing me out with all this stuff. Like, I have other things I'm focusing on, and you're telling me we have to do all of these trends, and I'm not trying to focus on that right now. So anyways, it's a real thing, and it's good that you guys are able to acknowledge it, you know, and not But does it scare you guys seeing like all of these queer couples online, like just breaking up? Or are you guys like, nah?
We talk a lot. We talk a lot.
We talk about everything.
And so, like, if you look at our TikTok page right now, it's a lot of Hailey. That's because I prefer YouTube.
Yeah.
Period. Like,
and that works for us.
We talk about it though. We're like, oh, you've done this. Thank you so much. I've done this. Thank you, blah, blah, blah. Like, you have to acknowledge it and stuff. So that doesn't worry me. Yeah. Because I know we'll talk it out, but also
I feel like it is weird to see a couple that has been together for like 5 years randomly break up, and it's like, ooh, don't like that. But
you find out they had so many secrets.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, wow, that doesn't apply to us at all. So why should we be worried about that? Yeah. We've never been unsure about our relationship, and that's been nice. Yeah. If we were insecure about it, then yeah, that would definitely place doubt in us, I would say, but I haven't experienced.
I mean, yeah, it's like what Kiki was saying, like these relationships, they continue to post whenever their relationship is crumbling. So instead of them being like, hey, we're going to take a second and not be on social media I'm going to like try to focus on my partner. Instead, they're like, we're just going to keep trying to focus on social media. And then it makes the relationship it like ruins it because they are just so money driven and they're like, nah, we'll get over it, or I'll forgive you, let's just keep posting instead of giving themselves time and trying to focus on their partner.
No, it's just, it should never be the top priority, like your social media post, like especially because it is so fleeting. Like TikTok has almost been deleted multiple months in a row. Like if you sacrificed your relationship to become TikTok famous or make better content, it's not going to pay off. And thankfully we haven't struggled with that. But
we just talk. I really don't get it.
Like we're
I
friends.
don't understand.
I mean, and like I'm right there with y'all. Y'all are like, it doesn't make sense. Like I am right there with y'all, but for some people, I mean, like I said, they're just so money driven. They're just so like, I need to be famous. I need to be famous. I need to be famous. And it's like, girl, your relationship is about to end. Like, what is happening? No, I get it. I feel like you guys are level headed and y'all seem like y'all communicate. So, and that's the communication, guys. Like that's literally all you need. Yay!
Like, we'll go through phases where we don't post as much or we do post. Like when I was a freshman in college, I could not deal with it. So period. Like that's it.
Yeah. And maybe that's prevented us from being like bigger creators. But
and maybe you were like bothered by it, but it's not like you yelled at me.
No. That is not the priority at all.
But I just mean like it's just a norm, like it can be treated just like everything else in a relationship. It's just not the priority.
Yeah.
So, y'all are so cute. Okay. Okay, so you guys kind of talked about YouTube, and when we were on the phone, you talked about how y'all are trying to focus more on YouTube, trying to build y'all's followers. So I'm assuming the content that y'all are posting on YouTube is vlogs. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that what people will find if they go to y'all's YouTube? Like what kind of content will they find?
Vlogs, road trip vlogs, at home vlogs, school vlogs. They're just fun to make.
I get it.
They're fun and I enjoy editing them. I am a film student. I like messing around with fun things.
You're a great editor. Yeah.
I'm really quick editor, which just like
that's amazing.
Yeah.
She was airing out Kiki. She was a huge fangirl her entire life in terms she was a crazy like editor who would make like super advanced crazy edits. So she's been able to transfer those skills from being a fangirl into making her own content, and that's been great.
Amazing. I love that for you.
And then sometimes like we tried to make a different type of video that like didn't do as well. Okay.
Yeah, like we wanted to post it, we're gonna post it.
The thing is like it still got like 300 views, which is low on our view rank, but it's like, oh my god,
300 views.
You're like, it's like 300 people are still taking the time to watch my content.
A lot of people.
Like I couldn't talk to 300 people.
No, it's like
that's a lot.
TikTok views desensitize you to viewers, especially because it's such short content. But when someone watches a longer video, it just matters so much more. I love
that's
YouTube.
Effort. Yeah.
No, I get it. And I feel like people are so used to like TikTok, like their videos getting, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't really know that much about TikTok, but I feel like it's not easy. I don't want to say easy, but it's more common for your videos to get more views on TikTok. So I feel like when people don't get as many views as they want, they're like, and then they get discouraged and they're like, I don't want to post anymore. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like you guys are like, I don't care. Like 300 people, that's still amazing. We wanted to post it. And so we posted it and we're happy with it.
Yeah. TikTok has really changed social media in the way that anyone can have a viral video, like the way it's like the For You page. Anyone can end up on the For You page. So many people will have a viral video and then expect that level of views, or they're able to achieve it for a short period of time. And they're like, I'm an influencer now. Whereas you need to just be consistent regardless of what views you get.
And it doesn't necessarily mean followers. Like, recently we've had a lot of really viral videos with like her little girlfriend thing. And it's like it's gained us followers, but it's like
people will like a viral video.
It's not the same as the viral videos. No,
yeah, they're
like an anomaly.
Yep.
Well, yeah. I forget what my point was, but yeah.
I don't know what mine is either, really. I just know that, like, it's weird and sometimes it's confusing, and I have to, like, remind myself what that means and everything, because I don't get discouraged easily, but I get confused easily.
Yeah. No, I mean, and I get it. It's like you have multiple videos go viral, and then when the other ones don't, it is, of course, like, what the heck? Like, what's going on? But then it's also like, okay.
We'll post a video and we'll be like, this one will go viral, and then it won't, and we'll be like, it should have gone viral.
Yeah, like, at least
Like,
we know that.
We know it was good.
Yeah.
But then it's also like, all right, moving on.
Yeah.
We have many mutuals who will, I feel like we have been guilty of this a little bit, but we have mutuals who will post videos and they will delete the video if it doesn't get over a certain number of views. And we'll delete a video if it gets like shadow banned, like legitimately. No, like it gets one like over a day. That makes no sense. But these people will do it so their account only shows that they have over 10,000 views on each video. And it's just like, I saw that video flop. Like, I follow you. I saw this.
That's like a great, like, I guess that's smart.
I guess if you're trying to get like brand deals, partnerships, or whatever.
It makes you look better, but it's just...
But
I
also,
believe in everything we post.
Yeah, I don't. It's like, it's a scrapbook at the end of the day.
And
like, I want to document
things do better like a month later. You'll just see a video pop out a month later with like 30,000 views that had 1,000 before, and it's like, we were right. It was good. It just took a little longer, and they're missing out on that.
Yeah. So it's such a game.
It is. It really is. Yeah, I had a video go viral one time. It was during COVID, and I was at a grocery store. And you know how there's aisles that have like the canned tuna and the canned chicken, like obviously. Well, I was like in line, or in the what is it called? Hello. The aisle. Sorry, don't know what just happened. I was in the aisle and I was looking at all the canned meat, and I was like, how is this possible? Like, why is this not refrigerated? Like, I am concerned, America. I'm disgusted. Like, what is going on? And it went so viral. It was so funny, but people were in the comments and they were like, you're so fucking stupid. Like, why wouldn't you know that? Like, it's canned because it has like some high like scientific chemical in it. And I'm like, now why the hell would I know that? Like, but it was funny. And like, that was like, and then I had one more go viral where my mom, she was getting attacked by a bird, and it was like the funniest thing in the world. But then it was like, those were the only two. And I'm like, those were so freaking cool. You know what I mean? And then it's like, that's it, you know?
The bird video.
Yeah, we'll look for the bird video.
Oh my God, I'll send it to you guys. It's so funny. And I had like Funniest Home Videos reach out, like they wanted to put it on, like all that stuff. It was so funny. It was so funny. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'll send it to you guys. Hopefully y'all will think it's funny, but I thought it was funny. Okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk about y'all's sexuality, how you guys met, how you guys grew up, just kind of all of that. Okay. Okay, so individual, you guys can answer, like Kiki can answer first, Hailey can answer first, it doesn't matter. When did you guys know you were gay? When was your gay awakening? So yeah, when did you know you were gay? And then like, I mean, I guess they're the same question, actually, now that I think about it. So yeah, when did you know you were gay?
You go first.
I grew up with two... No, wait. How do I say that? I grew up with two aunts, but that doesn't make it clear that they're together.
You grew up with lesbian aunts.
I grew up with lesbian aunts. So lesbians were always in my family. Okay. My family had already gone through the whole, they're gay. Oh my gosh. It's okay.
Yeah.
And then they became like fans. But so I grew up with that. And so it was all chill. And from a very young age, like in elementary school, 4th grade or something, I would say, I'm pan. I like everyone. I don't know why. I didn't have any crushes. I didn't do anything. And then I just didn't really have much romantic interest in anyone until COVID. And I tried to kind of get out there because I was bored. And It just became clear to me in COVID that I was gay, that I was a lesbian. I'm not pansexual. No, that's not true. I was bi. I don't know. In COVID, everyone dealt with things.
100%. Yeah.
So it was just during COVID that I figured it out.
Yeah.
And I thought I wanted to pursue girls for real. And I met Hailey. And I was like, okay, I'm a lesbian. And yeah. I don't know if I said that.
I know, I think that makes sense.
No, I get it. I get it. So wait, you were in 4th grade. So would you say that's when you realized you were gay, or you were just like,
I knew I wasn't straight. I knew I didn't care. I knew I found girls and guys pretty.
Okay.
I just was vibing. I didn't really care. And my mom made that very clear that I didn't need to. So it was like there was no pressure.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, in elementary school, honestly, like you're still figuring. I mean, obviously, you're still figuring yourself out. So in 4th grade, yeah, you probably were like, she's pretty, but he's also cute. All right, fuck it. You know?
In middle school, I would have like set crushes. Like, you're gonna like this boy. This boy is gonna be your crush. And I just didn't care though. I don't know. I didn't care for a long time.
You weren't like, I had very like gay friend groups. You didn't have that? Like, you weren't surrounded by other gay
I had people. I had online friends that were gay. I was very online, too online. So I was very gay with them, but that didn't translate to real life necessarily.
But I feel like that's common. I feel like that's super common. People find their little gay communities online whenever they're still trying to figure themselves out. I think that's so common, honestly.
If you still don't know if you could actually, what you actually like.
Yeah.
But then I found Hailey, and it was like it was just done.
You're like, duh, this makes so much sense.
And since then, I've realized I'm so much more of a lesbian than I ever thought. I really hate men.
Look back now.
You're like, I'm disgusted with men now that I think about it.
It makes so much sense.
Okay, thinking. Okay, I always say that I knew that I was gay at age 11, and I'm pretty sure that's an accurate age. But growing up, I don't think there was a specific like person that was a gay awakening or anything. I was thinking earlier today that I would watch Glee a lot. That was my favorite show. And whenever someone talked about gay rights, I felt like they were talking about me. Like, whenever, like, if someone like said gay rights were stupid or whatever, like, it was that period where like gay marriage wasn't legal yet. It felt very personal to me. And I felt very much the need to stand up for other gay people at a young age. But age 11, I have a very specific memory of like looking in the bathroom mirror, 11-year-old Hailey, and I was just like, do I like girls or do I like guys? Like, that is something I can determine in life. Or not that I can determine, but like there's more than a set option in life.
Free will.
And that was, like, a crazy feeling to be age 11, like looking at myself, and I was like, this feels significant.
Yep.
But from that point on, in middle school, I had very gay friend groups. In middle school, I was like secretly calling myself a lesbian. My first kiss was age 12.
Love that.
12 with a girl. Sorry, Kiki.
My first kiss was her.
Yeah. Yeah. I was 12. I was a little gay kid. And I was just very female centric my entire time growing up. Like, I did not have guy friends. I didn't like boy stuff. I was like very girly girl in the way that I did not want to be near any men. So that was pretty easy for me to know I was a lesbian that young. However, during like early high school, I kind of got the doubt of seeing everyone around me get boyfriends and stuff. And I was like, maybe I should try it out. Maybe I should see, like, I'm still young. So I briefly dated a few guys, and it felt so fake. It felt
like, I'm disgusted.
Yeah. It just didn't feel right. I couldn't connect with them the way that I felt like I could naturally connect with a woman. And yeah, I think that was my gay journey. And then I met you at 17, and I was like, this is what real love feels like.
Aww.
Like, this is the feeling everyone describes.
So y'all's gay awakening was each other.
At the end of the day, yes. She's been the only one that matters.
Oh. Oh, yeah, you're so cute. Okay, no, that makes sense. So, I guess my question is now, like, you told me when you guys figured out. So, did you guys did you guys have a actual coming out story where you like full on told people, or was it just kind of like you popped out with like, you know, Kiki, or you popped out with Hailey and it's like, "Hey, we're together."
You didn't really have a coming out as much because it was just like,
No, I invited Hailey to my home where my mother was, and I was like, "This girl's coming. We're going on a date." She was like, "Okay, have fun." And then I sent a photo of her to my cousin's group chat, and I said, "This is my girlfriend Hailey." And they said, "Is that a real photo?" Because it was a gorgeous photo. It was a beautiful photo, and I was like, "Yeah, it's real. She's real." And then that's how my entire family found out because they're blabbermouths.
Hailey, I remember you told me, whenever, or sorry, I'm jumping the gun. I'm sorry. It just reminded me of something, but I'll let you tell your story. I'm sorry. Okay,
No,
yeah. When did you come out?
Okay. So I was like, I had my little gay friend groups growing up. So there were like select people in those groups that were like, "Oh, Haley's gay." Like all of us are gay. That's the sort of vibe. But in high school, I moved around a lot. So where I ended up moving to high school, it just was never really a topic of conversation. I didn't bring it up with people. Um, and I was also like briefly dating boys. So it was like, is this really relevant right now? But I had never told my parents. Like from age 11, I just knew that it was going to be a sensitive topic. Like they weren't overtly homophobic, but it just wasn't something I was comfortable with telling them. It was also like I had sleepovers with all my girlfriends, and I knew if they knew I was gay, they would like not allow me to hang out with girls like one-on-one anymore.
Yeah.
It'd be that sort of thing. So my actual coming out, Kiki and I had been dating for about a month, and I sent my mom a few photos of us from a day we were like thrifting together, and it was like a cute photo of the two of us, but we weren't like kissing or anything. And then my mom responded basically like, it's okay if you're gay. Like she could tell by the photos that there was something more going on. And I was at Kiki's house, so I ended up calling her and I was like, "Yeah, I think I'm gay. Kiki and I have been dating for like a month." And at first she was really chill. She was very accepting. I'm gonna share a little bit of family detail here. On the phone call, she was like, "Yeah, it's totally okay. Every time I have sex with men, I imagine a woman."
You're like, "Mom, this is a deeper conversation now."
Yeah, just what just happened? What just happened?
She took the mic.
Yeah, she went.
She took the mic and ran with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, this is chill. However, so like I came out that way to family, and she ended up telling other family, and it was like, it was fine. And I ended up just posting a photo of Kiki and I think in our Halloween costumes, and we were like kissing, and that's how everyone around me found out, and that was fun to come out that way. But then about a month after I told my mom, she just, I guess, couldn't come to terms with me actually living my life with a woman. I would say like it became too serious to her, and she would freak out and be like, "Why can't you just be with a boy? Why can't you do this?" And she would not want Kiki and I to hang out one-on-one. And I don't know, it was a big shift, and I think it was something she always had like a little bit of like prejudice against. Maybe it was like internalized homophobia or something her parents taught her, but she just didn't like the idea of me living my life with a woman. And that was definitely something that put us further apart, like with other things as well.
Yeah.
But it was really confusing to get acceptance at first, and then like, you can't be this way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's, I don't want to say crazy. It's interesting that your mom was accepting at first. She drops the ball and pretty much says she imagines herself, you know. And then she ends up not being accepted. Like, so was it just like out of nowhere, or were there like little things that led up to it? Like, I don't know. That's just interesting because usually it's the other way around. Usually it's like a parent being like, "Oh my God, no," and then they're like, "All right, like I'm over it," you know?
Well, I think she is a little bit of a narcissist, and I think she didn't enjoy the fact that I loved Kiki so much. I spent so much time with her. I think a bit of it was she felt like her daughter was being taken away from her in a way.
Mm.
And I think she also like envisioned me like being with a man, her having like a son-in-law, me having like children in the future, that sort of stuff. And she was very controlling in the way that she wanted me to turn out the way that she envisioned.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Again, growing up, I never felt comfortable telling her because there was like a little bit of like, she would say something slightly homophobic, or she wouldn't necessarily like agree with certain gay things. So I think that bias was always there. It just, once it was actually in front of her, she didn't like not having control anymore.
Yeah. No, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. My mom was kind of, well, the story is they're not similar in that situation or in that way. So whenever I came out, my mom was like immediately like, okay, like that's cool. Like she was kind of hesitant. She wasn't like for it, but she also wasn't like against it, saying like, no, you can't hang out with whoever. It was my mom would have little comments here and there, and she wasn't trying to be rude, but it was like, well, why, like, don't you want to have like like a big man that like can protect you? And I'm like, that sounds horrible. Like, I'm disgusted with that statement. Or she'll be like, I just wanted you to have kids. And I'm like, Mom, I can still have kids. Like, hello. And so there was a lot of like educating I needed to do with her. And so I understand what you mean when you say like there's comments here and there. And my mom, for like, it was the way that she was grown up. She was grown up in the church, like super conservative Christian. And now she's like a big liberal, and she's like gay rights, and she's like going to Pride with me, and she's like the best. And so I don't know, hopefully maybe your mom can come around. Of course, I don't know the background with y'all, so maybe you're like, no, it's a lost cause. But you know, there's always room for people to be educated, but also it's like sometimes you just got to let them, you know, believe what they want to believe. If they're going to be in their little own bubble, then, and it's unfortunate when it's your own mother, you know, because it's like, I want you to be in my life. I want you to love me. I want you to, you know, like, hello. So I understand it can be difficult. Do you guys talk at all, or?
No, it is a lot more than just the gay thing. It's like the narcissism thing was very much like a lifelong thing, and a lot of it has like me going to therapy, me figuring out like what was love, what was like aggression, and what was like manipulation, and was this out of love, was this out of narcissism. And yeah, there is a lot more than just the gay thing, but I think that came at a time of my life, like I was almost 18 at that point, and it was like, you can't even give me the surface level support in like a relationship. And that helped me like realize all the other things that were a reflection of her parenting growing up. And I don't know, I'm feeling I'm on the no contact thing, and that's been very, very beneficial to me. And I know a lot of other gay people have learned like, you can go no contact, you can choose to be happy. And I don't know if that means in the future it'll always be that way, but for me to grow, it's been the necessary thing.
Yeah,
So.
it's good for you. It's better for your mental health to not talk to your mom. I totally agree with that. I actually had someone on. It was her hot take. Her hot take was, I don't think you should go no contact, or I don't think you should cut people off because of different opinions and different views. And I was like, I can agree with you to an extent, but what about this situation? I like brought up kind of like a similar one that like you're saying, like a parent that's just totally against whatever. She was like, yeah, I don't think you should cut them off. And I was like, oh, that is a hot take. Like that really is a hot take, because I'm right there with you. Like, I respect that that's what she believes, like, amazing. If she can do that, that's amazing. But
Yeah.
me, I'm such a, I don't know what the word is. I'm a human that just wants people in my life that are going to love me and accept me for who I am. And I don't have time for anyone else, even if it's family, and it sucks, especially if it's a mom. Like,
Yeah.
it's just so difficult. And people don't, like, some people in this world won't ever have to experience that. But I'm the type of person where I'm like, no, you need to cut these people off if they're not showing you what you deserve. Like,
Yeah.
so I get it. It's tough. It's tough. Okay, so yeah, the big question. How did y'all meet? I know you said y'all have been together for like a long time. So yeah, how did y'all meet?
You do this one.
It's COVID. It's September, COVID. We're two girls living 40 minutes apart, go on our phones, look at an app called Yubo, which is...
Do you know Yubo?
Okay, I've heard of it, but I like that's not like a dating app I thought. Is it a dating app?
It's for kids.
It's for teenagers.
Wait. Is it a dating app?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. It's a find your friends app, but it's teenage Tinder. It has the swipe. You have your bio of whatever.
Because y'all were 17, right? Y'all couldn't be on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was the way there was a few ways to use it. I first got it, I think, because it was a way to get Snapchat friends, and I wanted Snapchat friends because that was cool.
The thing, yeah.
There's like people go live on there, and then when I went on there, when I met Hailey, it was just because it was because I was learning my sexuality, and I was like, I want to talk to a girl.
Yeah.
And I saw her profile, but it said inactive. And I still swiped right, but I didn't message her because it said inactive, and I wasn't about to have my message go to the void. But then she messaged me. So
yeah, it's very embarrassing to tell people Yubo, mainly because like people who are on it know how like it can it was a bad app. It was like
we just got really lucky.
Yeah, it was bad. Like it was like
gross. It is teenage Tinder.
And you would add someone on Snapchat and it's like dick pic.
Yeah, there's a bunch of boys who are just trying to be boys, and my profile was set to boys and girls, and it's just a lot of people who also like didn't have friends.
Yeah, so there was like,
and we were on there because it was COVID, so like we couldn't hang out with our friends, and Hailey had just moved to the area sort of, but the other people on there weren't necessarily...
There's some creeps.
They were just, I get what you're saying.
People older than 17 on there.
Oh my god, yes.
I was just about to ask that. I was like, that's like the feeding ground. Like I feel like that's like a perfect place for some weirdo to go.
No, I once messaged, it was on another app. There was like a Find My Friends app, like called Find My Friends. Talked to a guy, first mistake. I was like, what high school do you go to? He says, oh, I'm 23.
You said, excuse me?
No, I literally went, you're a pedophile, I will report you. And then he blocked me. So no, not a good place for a kid to be. We do not endorse it. However, if they wanted to hire us for a success story, here we are.
Yeah. If you're listening.
Yeah.
That's so cute. So y'all met on an app.
Yes, and we lived 45 minutes apart, and I would drive 45 minutes to her house like every day.
Immediately, it was like, you should come over. We should have a picnic. And I lived on a lake because we were in Maine, and it was beautiful, and there was a big lake near us, and it was just beautiful. And so I invited her over to my home to have a picnic looking at the lake during the sunset because it was cottagecore vibes. Mm-hmm. That was the theme of everything at the time. And she drove right on over to my home.
No, I had no fear.
Just hoped I wasn't
a creeper
lying. And my mom was home, so she didn't have to worry about me.
Yeah.
And then I got in her car. We drove to Walmart, got some food, drove back, had a picnic.
That's like the best first date ever.
Yeah, it was
weird.
And then Hailey vlogged the whole thing.
I did, yes. You can scroll down.
And I have like the receipt from Walmart that I have in my scrapbook. I saved all of our receipts from the first day on. And she just drove 45 minutes every day for months until eventually she never left.
My car broke down at her house when we had been dating for about 6 months, and it was in the middle of winter, so we couldn't get a tow or anything. So I just ended up staying over to the point where I never left eventually. It was a mixture of my car breaking down, not being able to get home, me having not the best home life, and her mom being very nice.
It was the perfect scenario. It was like, I'm staying here.
Yeah.
And I broke my ankle, so I needed someone to help me.
Yeah.
The universe had it
for us. Yeah.
Oh, that's like so cute. It's funny that was y'all's first date. Me and my partner, we met on Hinge, and she only lived like 15 minutes down the road from me. But first date, she was like, we can go here, we can go here. And I'm a little gamer. I love gaming out. Like I love it. And so I think she had like, I don't know, I think she had like a PS something, and I didn't have one. And I was like, oh my God, like you have this, like I want to come over and play. And I went over to her house the first date as well. So, you know, it's not recommended, but nothing happened. And yeah, I get it. I think it's like, I wouldn't recommend it because, you know, safety, obviously, but I also feel like it's such a quick way to like really talk and like get to meet someone. Because when you're out and like doing stuff, like you can still talk to them, but I feel like it's more, what is the word?
It's just
like authentic.
Easy. It's easier to go out on a date and do stuff so you don't have to talk as much.
Exactly.
It's always go to a movie first date.
And we were just clicked so easily. Like, and I'm a really awkward person.
Me too.
Like, I am not great at socializing, and we just never shut up and haven't shut up since.
Yeah.
So.
I know, that's so cute. And my partner, she's a yapper now, but when we first met, she was very to herself, and I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And then like after we got out of like the weird awkward phase, you know, she was like, I was like, you know, you didn't really talk like that much. And she was like, well, number one, I was nervous. And number two, like, I just liked listening to like all your stories and loved listening to you talk. And I was like, yeah, we're going to work. We're going to work out real good.
I am the listener. Like, even if,
For the first few weeks, I didn't eat. I couldn't eat around her. I was so nervous.
Hailey's like, wait, this is news to me.
No, she knows.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
No, like, I could not consume food because my stomach was just constantly in shambles. I remember, like, we went out to eat every time. We would be at Five Guys, and I would just be talking while she was eating because I would hold the burger. I'm like, I'm not really hungry. I'll eat later. But, like, so I would also talk a lot because I was the one without food in my mouth.
100%. That's how I was. We love the vulnerability. It's okay. We love this. So funny. Okay, Kiki. So it's kind of the same topic, but you mentioned when we were on the phone, whenever you guys started dating, you felt as if you needed to be like present more masculine. Did you feel that way because Hailey presented more like feminine, or what do you think your mindset was? Like, why do you think you felt that way?
I think I felt that way because of TikTok. I saw whenever I'd go on to like lesbian TikTok or whatever, it was always these mask thirst traps. And like I was like, that's what she wants. That's what she wants from me. And I'm just not like that. Or I don't know. That's
just not who you are.
Like there's the heteronormative thing of there is a man and a woman.
But I would also watch these gay videos and it was like, I'm the mask, so I always drive the car. Yeah. So I refused to let her drive for like the first month or two, and then I had a breakdown and I was like, why do you never drive? And she was like, you don't let me. And I was like, you're right. Oh my God. And that's also what happened with clothes. I was like, oh my God, do you even like me if I'm wearing a skirt? And she was like, yes. I first liked you when you were wearing a dress because that's the first photo she saw of me. And so then I stopped. I was just a mess.
You were just a baby gay, still trying to figure yourself out. And TikTok was so toxic, especially during COVID. Oh my God. Like 100%. And Hailey, what you were saying about how it's like the norm to have like a manly figure or like a masculine figure. Like there has to be one in a relationship. When I first came out and had my first girlfriend, I immediately thought that too. I was like, the masculine girl needs to be more of the man. Like 100% I thought that. Like, I'm not going to sit here and lie, because on TikTok, the more masculine women are like, I'm the one that protects. I'm the one that drives the car. And it's like, the feminine girl can protect. The feminine girl, you know, I don't like using labels, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if we have to, it's like, it's stupid. So I understand. I get it. I get it. Do you guys think, this is like for both of y'all, whoever wants to answer, do you think there's a common expectation, and we kind of just talked about this, either within or outside the LGBTQIA plus community, that queer couples should consist of one partner who embodies masculinity and the other one who embodies femininity? Like, do you think it's like common, or do you think it's just like within some relationships? Does that make sense?
I think it is common, and it's hard to talk about because there is such like a historic, like there's a history of being, there's a butch and there's a femme, and there's like a lot of lesbian history around that, and a lot of people love that dynamic and that works great for them.
Yeah.
And that is a form of being a lesbian relationship. However, I've never desired like a lot of masculinity. Like sometimes you might dress more boyish or anything,
which was crazy to hear after 2 months of me trying to be as masculine as possible.
Yeah.
And she was like, I like femmes.
No.
Like, oh, skirt it is.
She just said, like, I first liked them. She's like, I like you however you are. But
yeah, I was attracted to whatever you wore.
I liked femmes. That was the first thing I liked. And I was just like,
that's how I knew I was gay growing up, because I was like, I like everything girly. I like that's just how it happened.
Yeah.
But I do think a lot of lesbian couples do fall into not just like a butch femme dynamic, but kind of like a heteronormative man and woman, because like, I don't know, that's what people grow up with. They don't know other forms of relationships, which leads like to our content. I want people to see how two women can live a lifestyle together, and it's not like one is overtly masculine, one is super feminine, and we're just like aligning in those roles. It's just we figure out things together. If something breaks, the man doesn't fix it. We have to figure it out together. And it's allowed to be an alternative lifestyle. Like being gay, you don't need to fall into the hetero lifestyle, because I think a lot of people also think they'll be more accepted if that's the sort of dynamic that people see. And a lot of older gay women who like just realize they're gay, it'll often be to a masculine woman because they're attracted to masculinity rather than just men.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think it is a big discussion, and I don't think there's any wrong way to be a lesbian, but it is interesting to have our dynamic when so many do fall into that.
Yeah, and we don't fit in that in any way, just because we both have our separate masculinity things or femininity things.
I think there are certain things about being a lesbian that people associate with masculinity, like automatically.
I'm just immediately thinking about bugs, and when there's a bug, sometimes I'll be like, I can kill it. Other times she'll be like, I can kill it. Like it doesn't make sense. It's just about mood. It's just about how you're feeling.
Yeah.
It's just someone has to get the bug out.
And a lot of men in relationships don't want to be the masculine one.
Yeah, that's true. Neither one of us want to take out the trash. So
yeah.
Do with that what you will.
You're like, I wish there was a man in the house to take the trash out.
Trash, I swear to God.
Yeah. Someone needs to move the couch.
You're like, who's it gonna be?
Yeah.
No, I love how you worded that, Hailey. I agree. And I feel like different dynamics work for different people. You know what I mean? Like if you are a femme, if you identify as a femme, and you are more attracted to the more masculine presenting girl that does embody more of like the man of the house type of thing, and you like that, period. That's amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, that's not for everyone. You know what I mean? And I feel like it shouldn't be like this thing where people expect at least one of the partners to be that man of the man of the house, you know, like it doesn't need to be like that because we are two women So why
No,
does there
yeah,
have to be a man in the house if there's 2 women? Like, and what
No,
does
it
that even mean? You know?
no, it does bother me sometimes when people are like, "Where's the mask to my femme?" And I'm like, does it have to just be that? Like, is that like
Really?
we that is not the only way to be gay. But you know, it works for people.
But it's
I
like what
think,
Kiki said. It's like it's all over TikTok. Like that's what
Yeah,
you see.
absolutely.
And so
I-
the baby gays are the people that haven't been in the community for long. That's what they think. And it's
Yeah.
like, or it's like, and I think my hot take is literally what I'm about to say, so I won't go into too much detail, but it's like a norm for there to be a femme in a mask. And it's definitely accepted for there to be a femme in a femme because it's like, oh my God, that's so hot. I'm doing
Yeah.
quotations, guys,
Yeah.
because like this is just what. But then when there's a mask and a mask, it's
Yeah.
like a whole different story. It's
Mhm.
like there's so many like things where people are like, no, the dynamic's not right. And it's like, what does this even mean? Why does there have to be a dynamic? Like two
Yeah.
humans like each other, that's it.
Yeah. No, people try to like assign people the labels just to make it make sense in their mind. And it's just like being queer is subverting that.
Yeah.
So why do we need to categorize it for ourselves like that?
Exactly. And like Hailey, when we were on the phone, you mentioned that you dressed more girly from the beginning, but now you kind of just dress however you want. Is it because like in the beginning you were kind of like on TikTok being like, oh, there
Mhm.
does need to be a femme? Like, how did you get to the point where you were like, I don't have to dress femme? Like, what was your like mindset?
Yeah. I don't think with Kiki I felt an obligation to dress femme, but I will say when I had briefly dated men, I definitely felt like I needed to like play up the femininity. I would need to I don't know. I'm also a very tall woman. Like not I'm 5'9", so I'm taller than most
Oh
women.
my
I am like
God. I did not think that.
yeah, no, a lot of people don't know that. And
Period.
I have like really broad shoulders, broad hips. So I've always like taken up more space. So with like a male gaze, I guess, I did want to be more feminine to like be like, "Oh, I hope they don't notice that I am a bit like I take up more space in that way." And I don't want them to clock that I'm a lesbian. But yeah, I think over our relationship I never felt the need to pretend with Kiki, and I do naturally enjoy dressing feminine, but also like my daily clothes are just jeans and a sweater, and that feels fine to me. I feel pretty like that. Kiki thinks I look pretty like that. And I think getting rid of the performance of femininity is nice while still like embracing that I'm a girly girl. And that
Totally.
can be great too.
Hey guys, so sorry making y'all, stop the episode real quick to listen to me talk about my sponsors. So I am sponsored by Prozis. It is an online workout website where you can get athletic clothes, you can get high protein food, you can get foods that like aren't high protein but also have like 0 calories and they taste amazing. So like guys, I don't know, it's amazing. If you guys follow my Instagram, let's be honest, or just my personal Instagram, I have posted monthly all of the boxes that they send me. They have syrups that are no sugar. There's no sugar. They have like dietary pills if you guys are wanting to go down that route. They have like toppers, like chia seeds. They have protein powder. They have like calcium, zinc, and magnesium tablets that you can take. Amazing. Like the clothes are so amazing, top quality. Anyways, everything will be linked. Use code Let's Be Honest 10 for 10% off. They're always doing amazing deals though, so you can use their code that they have on their website, but also mine on top of it. So it's amazing. Let's Be Honest 10 for 10% off. And if you guys are like, well, I like would love to check out your Instagram, Kinley, but can you give us the website? Sure. Prozis, Prozis. You can look them up on Instagram, Google, just, whatever. I would recommend going to their Instagram because it shows all of the stuff. So Let's Be Honest 10 for 10% off. So the next sponsor is a cute coffee shop that's actually not opened yet. They are planning on opening at the end of the summer. So it's coming up. It is called Brew Babes. Follow them on Instagram, Brew Babes. If you go to my Instagram as well, Let's Be Honest Podcast, and go to my following, I follow them as well. So if you're like, I don't know where to find them, Kinley, go to my following, look up Brew Babes, follow them. They will be making mainly coffee, but also some like tea drinks, and they'll be selling some pastries and stuff like that. Some like just food options. The cool thing about this, y'all are like, Kinley, this just sounds like any other coffee shop in Austin. Let me stop you right there. Brew Babes, keyword babes. There's going to be a bunch of babes that are making your coffee in bathing suits. We love that. So whenever they open, you guys definitely got to go check them out. The location is still up in the air, but definitely follow them on Instagram, show them love. Of course, I will keep you guys posted on the location, the grand opening, that kind of stuff. But definitely keep them in mind when you go and check them out whenever they do open. Tell them that Let's Be Honest Podcast sent you, but definitely follow them on Instagram, show them love. And if my sponsors are listening, thank you guys so much for sponsoring my video. I love you guys.
Have my hot take. Do you guys have a hot take?
I have a hot take. Okay, JoJo Siwa. So you've seen all the stuff with her in the Big Brother house and everything, right? The only thing about that really bothered me was when she said, like, fuck the L. She said, like, fuck the L, I'm the Q now. Like, she's not a lesbian anymore, she's queer. And, okay, first and foremost, I am never going to criticize someone for exploring their sexuality. Sexuality can be fluid for many people. However, I think when you are someone of a certain level of influence, like JoJo Siwa, when you make your entire platform about you loving women, you being a lesbian, you cannot just be reckless in the way that saying, like, okay, I'm not a lesbian anymore, I like a guy. I think it feeds into the narrative that lesbians haven't found the right man. A man can change a lesbian. And I see this a lot with other influencers we follow, like some of the many mutuals we've lost because they've broken up. All of their content will be about being a lesbian, and then they'll go and date a man after they break up. That is fine. I don't have beef with them dating a man. I want the... Okay, maybe a little bit of bitterness.
Bitterness, but it's not like wrong.
Yes, no, it's obviously not wrong. I think while labels don't matter, people need to be a little bit more careful when they are influencing people and they make their platform about being a lesbian. The thing about saying you're a lesbian and not queer is that it is a bit exclusive in the way that it does exclude men. And
yeah,
my hot take is that before you make your whole personality and social media content about being a lesbian,
maybe think about that
let's try to like figure out yourself first.
Yeah, a lot of influencers throw on the label before really exploring it, not knowing how powerful it can be.
And it shouldn't matter. At the end of the day, it really shouldn't matter if you think you're a lesbian and you're not. However,
it matters most to the people who don't have anything to do with it. It matters most to, like, the haters,
to the homophobes.
The homophobes. Confirms that gives them something. So it's not as important to the lesbians, but to the other people.
Or if it's kind of like what you said, it's kind of like what you said, Hailey. It feeds into the people who are like, oh, the lesbians, they just haven't found a man. Or it feeds in also to the fact that people are like, ooh, bisexual people, like, they're just so sexual. They're just so overly sexual. They just they can't pick and choose. So they just want to, like, have, like, the best of both worlds. And it's like, I get what you're saying. It's like, I'm like, also, like, sexuality is fluid. So it's like, we can't be mad at JoJo for going off to, what was it called? What is the place called that she went to? Big Brother? Okay, yeah. She's, like, excluded from the world. She's with this man. Like, whatever. We can't be upset that she found herself in Big Brother. Whatever. Good for her. But I also am on your side as well, where I'm like, but she has such a big queer presence.
Yeah.
And if you make your whole life you as a lesbian, and then you switch it around, like, you have the right to do that, girl. Do whatever you want to do. But Yeah,
you
it is.
have a little bit of responsibility in the way that you've been a face of representation.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
100%. Okay, my hot take, I'm going to just read it off because I'm going to like butcher it. It's kind of like what we already talked about. But I said it's upsetting to observe that acceptance within the queer community isn't always evenly distributed. There seems to be a greater tolerance for femme relationships compared to mask on mask ones. I went to Futch one night in LA, and the public display of affection between like two masculine presenting women drew like negative attention, while like two femmes were like making out, doing their thing, and nobody cared. If anything, they were like, they thought it was like cool and attractive and whatever the fuck. So despite the LGBTQIA plus community's reputation of inclusivity, instances like these, I feel like, reveal the underlying biases.
Yeah. I definitely agree. I don't think there's a lot of representation for mask and mask relationships in general, even though I think that's mostly a social media thing. I think real life gay couples, there are a lot of both masculine women. However, they are more visibly gay.
Yeah.
So that would attract more negative attention, unfortunately. And I will add on and say that while the two femme presenting people making out can be more accepted because like people do sometimes find it more attractive, it is a double-edged sword in the way that sometimes two femme people in a relationship aren't taken seriously because it's like the male gaze, like men want to see two pretty girls make out. And I don't know, it's not fair to either one. It shouldn't be fetishized, it shouldn't be discriminated against. And
my favorite genre of lesbian is those two, not elderly, but like old lady butches on TikTok.
Who are they?
I don't know. It's called like two old butches or something. I think they themselves describe themselves like that. And I love them. That's my favorite. They're so happy. They're just two old ladies. They've got their hair shaved. It's just happiness.
Yeah, they're just
gay, and that's just so purely gay.
Oh, they just don't give a fuck. They just don't.
I need to tell them I love them.
You need to. I'll get them on the podcast, and you guys can also be on the podcast, and we can just have like a
meet and greet.
Yeah, meet and greet.
I need to find them now.
Yeah, I need to look them up. I feel like I
genuinely think about them a lot because it's like, you're amazing, doing wonders for the queer community.
There's another one on TikTok that's also like the farmer lady.
Yeah, there's also just singular lesbian.
Yeah,
but this one's a couple.
Yeah, that's lovely.
And it's two, like they look.
That's
pretty
gonna be
similar.
our brand.
Yeah.
In 40
Unfortunately,
years.
they probably get a bunch of sibling accusations.
Oh, that's another hot take you should get.
I was just, you know what's funny? That was gonna be my. Yep, that's one of my hot takes. Yep.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm mom, she's daughter, according to random
people. Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah,
that's so funny. There's so many hot takes I can say, honestly. Thank you so much for coming on. I know with college, everything going on is crazy, so I appreciate you guys taking the time to come on. And hopefully maybe y'all can come on again and we can like have like a little like what is it called, like a check-in to see how things have been.
Yeah,
I had fun.
Yes, I love what you're doing. This is such a great like representation, a good any lesbian media we want to support. So you're doing very good things.
Thank you. If you guys want to drop your socials so people can find you,
we're at Hailey and Kiki on everything. Hailey. Oh my god, I'm Hailey.
I'm Kiki.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. I've been saying like Hailey, Kiki, and whoever's name I say, you guys speak, so people will be able to.
Yeah,
people never know though.
Yeah,
I know. You know what's funny? When we were on the phone, I was like, "Who is talking?" I was like trying to figure this out.
I forget that people don't automatically know. I don't know why people would.
I feel like I look like a Hailey.
Yeah, I don't think I look like.
See, it's funny. I thought Hailey looked like a Kiki, and Kiki, you look like a Hailey. That's what I was thinking. Okay, well, everyone listening, thank you so much. Make sure you go follow Hailey and Kiki. Show them some love. I post every Wednesday. I say this every single episode, but I keep having on amazing people. So I'm having on some amazing people. So definitely stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. All right. Bye.
Bye.